You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the Fresh Takes.
podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is up? Welcome to a special edition of Tank's Thoughts. That's right. We're coming to you live on Christmas Eve, but you'll be listening to this as a special for Christmas Day. And none other, we will have Tim and Pat live with us today, and we're going to be talking about our 5 top animated Christmas movies. Welcome to the show, boys. How are y'all doing?
Hello.
Doing all right. Doing all right. Pretty solid Christmas Eve. I can't believe it's Christmas tomorrow.
I know.
Right?
It's been going pretty fast.
Like, I just remember it legit felt like yesterday was Thanksgiving, and it's already Christmas.
Say, Hank, I guess you can attest to this, but having a kid the first year seems like it goes very fast.
Oh, dude, it goes quicker than you ever believe. Like, it's hard to believe that my oldest is 11 and my youngest is 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it hits you pretty quick, dude.
Say
Yeah.
on Christmas, he is 10 months already.
Yeah. So, welcome to, like I said before, welcome to the dadhood. But just keep grinding. That's all I can tell you.
Before we start this, I would like to say, sorry, Pat. It was an honor to beat you, though.
Hey, my they gave you a good scare, and then as usual, if I would have played the right people, I could still maybe have won by a point or two. But also that Cook Laporta trade for Rashad White turned out to bite me this week
Yeah.
because they combined had 9 points and Rashad has 26 or something.
Yeah. So,
Huh.
Tim
Yeah,
in the
that doesn't sound
championship
too good.
again.
Yep.
Well, I'm
So
gonna be rooting for you. Fresh
Uh,
takes. Let's go.
Bring it
Take it all the
home.
way.
yeah, I
But all
guess keep
right,
it home.
Tank, it's your segment. You go
All right.
ahead.
Well, we'll get right into it, boys and girls. Mine. So instead of doing 10, we're going to do 5, and we're not going to do honorable mentions since there's all 3 of us here. But we'll go ahead and jump right into it. My number 5 is the 2009 A Christmas Carol. I don't know what it is, but I grew up on A Christmas Carol before, and then when this one came out, I've really enjoyed it ever since. So I'm a Scrooge fan, even though I don't act like Scrooge sometimes. So, but it's a enjoyment to watch. Take it away. One of you all jumped right in and hit a 5.
All right, number 5 is for me is Polar Express. I think, as a kid I enjoyed the movie, but as an adult, it's not as good, but it's still a good movie. And I'm sure when my kid's older, it'll be more entertaining to watch with.
Oh, it'll become a classic when your child gets older.
Yeah.
Which, if you hear random sounds in the background, that is actually my child in the room with us. So,
Welcome to the podcast, Miles.
So at my number 5, I have Rudolph Shiny New Year.
I never watched that one.
say I
Yeah,
don't
this
think
is
I've
one
seen
of
that
the
one.
lesser known of the older type claymation styles, but anything that features Rudolph, I'm into. Even like Mason Rudolph beating the Bengals. Uh, but yeah, if Rudolph's in it and a baby New Year, come on.
I can't knock that. I really can't. I do enjoy Rudolph. I will say it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite songs. It's in my top 10. It's not my all-time favorite, but I will say Rudolph is on my list. I'm just not telling you where yet. But we'll get back into the list. Number 4, my number 4 is the 1966 How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And you're probably like, why not the newer one? I'm sorry, but the older movies are classics, and that's what I grew up on. Not knocking the newer ones, but the older ones are, like I said, classics, and I enjoy them myself. And I've gotten my children into them. So, therefore, the 1966 edition has to go in.
Well, the new one also kind of like goes off script of what you're used to for the other two.
Yeah.
But all right, my number 4, like Pat said, he likes one that's kind of like lesser known. So one of mine that's lesser known is All of the Other Reindeer. If you've never seen it, it's a movie of a dog who thinks that he was made to go join Santa and the reindeers and help them save Christmas. So he journeys all the way to the North Pole to join the reindeer in helping Santa guide because one of the reindeer gets sick.
Well, thanks for
Wow.
explaining it because I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it, I think, one time, and I was. It's not newer to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. So
Never heard of that one.
one of my favorites.
But
Okay.
my number four is he's a legend. Almost everything he's ever done is great. Eight Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler. Uh, I guess technically a Hanukkah
I would
movie,
say
but
I wouldn't
you
say that's
know,
Christmas.
it counts here for the theme.
I'll accept it.
I think
Yeah,
Christmas happens during it.
yeah. They have
Yeah.
like a Christmas banquet at the town hall. Come on.
Yeah.
So here's a go ahead, Pat.
Oh no, just he's classic. Almost everything he's ever done is great, the
Oh, I
exception of like
agree.
five things. So yeah,
Here's the thing. I've seen it one time all the way through, and then recently, my wife and I, when we were putting the tree up and putting the lights on and decorating it, we turned it on with my youngest son, and of course there's drinking in it and a little bit of cussing, and I'm like, yeah, we're turning this one
yeah,
off. This is
yeah.
not for
Maybe
my
not.
4-year-old.
Maybe not right now.
Yeah, definitely not right now. My 11-year-old, I'd watch it with him, but my 4-year-old, it's gonna you're gonna have to wait a little while. But yeah, that's I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. Like I said, it's not appropriate for younger eyes.
Yeah.
So my number three, we'll get into it. My number three is the 1969, again, a 1969 classic, the Frosty the Snowman. Um, I don't know what it is, man. I grew up on these classics, so I think that's why a lot of these animated movies that are older are going to be on my list, probably more than your all's list because of me being a lot older than you all, anyways. But it's just classics, so I like
Well,
them.
I mean, I grew up with those movies too. It's just, I'm more of like a newer look animation kind of guy, but we'll
Nothing wrong
see.
with
We'll
that.
see there when we get to some of these. So my number three is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Classic movie. Charlie Brown with his little limpy tree, and everybody thinks he's like stupid for having a tree like that. And then at the end, they all come together and they support that tree and they understand Charlie Brown.
Now, quick question on that: do you like the Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving one?
I love all the Charlie Brown ones. That's what I grew up on.
So you're a
My
Charlie
family
Brown.
was a big Charlie Brown family, so we grew up on
Okay,
all
okay.
of the Charlie Browns. The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown and all that.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
all
yeah.
right.
I'm glad Charlie Brown made the list. Wasn't personally on my top five, but it is definitely a good one. All of them. My three, I kind of feel like this character because I'm sitting in a dark dungeon and Tank has already brought him up. The Grinch, 1966 version. Um, my favorite scene is when he's slithering on the ground around the tree. Like it's just, I don't know, something about that just makes me laugh every time.
So yeah, that's a good scene right there. I don't know. The whole movie's pretty good to me. You can't knock one part to another part, but I agree. So my number two, and here's where I want to kind of say it was yours, Tim, unless it's a different one. But mine's the 1965 A Charlie Brown Christmas. So again, I grew up on these, and my ex-wife, her family was all into the. It was a big Charlie Brown family, so every holiday that we got together, we would be watching all the Charlie Brown movies, and I can't knock it. I enjoy it. So at number two was the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, so it's probably the same one that I was thinking. But my number two is, I don't know what year, but it's one of the old ones that you talk about, A Year Without a Santa Claus. You got Heat Miser, Snow Miser. That was like one
I
of
can't remember when that came out.
that was like one of the classics when I was growing up.
Very
Always had
much
to
so.
have that one on.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
dancing like the
Here's
misers
my
right
question
now.
though. Are you snow miser or heat miser?
Well,
Hey,
are
calling
you
me.
saying who I like more or my like personality? Because I
Well,
like
yeah.
Snow
Which one do you
Miser
like more,
more.
and which one is your more personality?
I like Snow Miser more, and I'm always liking the cold. But if you've noticed throughout the podcast for this year and a half we've been doing it, my personality is more of Heat Miser because of how heated I get.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll just paint your face half and half. We'll go with that.
Hey, kind of a common theme here then, Tim, because I relate to my next character at number two, Shrek the Halls. I'm a big old ogre and I've got layers. Uh, you can't go wrong with Shrek. Come on, any type of
No, you
Shrek
can't.
special, like some like the Halloween one. It's a bit corny and whatnot, but like it's classic still. It's Shrek. Shrek
Yeah,
the
you
Halls number three.
definitely can't go wrong with Shrek. And actually, I totally forgot about that one when I was making my list up.
Yeah, I
Before
didn't
we
even think
even
about it either.
decided that we were going to do all this, I wrote down honorable mentions, and then we decided not to do them. And I totally didn't even cross my mind of Shrek the Hall. So congratulations on that one, thinking something that we didn't even think of. But
Still,
yeah, so I said at the beginning that Rudolph was going to be on my list, and I hadn't said it yet. So here's my number one. It's the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Again, a very well-known classic, and I can sit down and watch that one over and over and over and over, nonstop. Um, my youngest, actually reenacts a lot of the scenes. Like he'll just go back and forth in the living room, acting like he's Rudolph, and it's just too funny. But I enjoy it. Grew up on it.
So, all right, my number one, you both have already said it, but it's whatever year you guys said, what, 1966, but it's The Grinch.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
1966.
Yeah,
So
it's just a classic. I mean, like I was saying earlier, the newer one kind of like strays away from how the old one was, which, my kid is already watching the new one. So I think he's watched it like 6 times already.
oh wow, my 4-year-old's got you beat then because he's watched it every
Well,
morning.
he watches it at grandma's house. We've watched it one time here.
Uh, yeah, every morning while we're getting fully dressed, 'cause we get him dressed first, and then get him his medicine, and we let him relax on the couch. That's the first thing he is. Grinch, can we watch Grinch? Grinch. So it's become a staple. He likes the old one also, but he likes the newer one more.
Yeah.
All right, Pat, take
Well,
your way on the number one.
the number one was somebody's number two.
Man,
No,
Charlie Brown.
the year without a Santa Claus. It's
Ah,
just I don't know, classic. I love the movie itself, but I especially love when it's referenced in the movie Batman and Robin by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
right.
they're
Yeah.
watching it. Like, I don't know. That just adds to it for me. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hi, Miles.
classic
How are you?
songs.
You wave
No,
to
that's
everybody?
definitely. Hi, buddy.
Hi,
You wave?
Miles.
He's
Come
like,
on,
I don't know
wave.
you all,
Yeah, he's tired.
but I just want to say thank you guys for coming on here and giving us your top 5 list of the
There
animated.
it is.
There we go. Yeah. Hey, go ahead and tell your daddy that I'm the best podcast host on Fresh Takes. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
how's that consolation bracket going?
I'll let you know next week.
Hey, Pat, you still can get third place. You can still get some money.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's true. There's money on the line.
Yeah, you still can get some money next week.
Oh no.
Well, good luck to you getting possibly third place there, Pat. Tim, take it away for Fresh Takes. 2 years in a row. I'm rooting for you. If you
Hopefully.
lose, you lose. But
It won't be the
if
same
you
without
lose, do
going
not show
against
your
you.
face.
Hey, if
Huh?
I lose, I still get money. That's all that
Well,
matters to me.
I'm just saying if you lose, don't show your face on the podcast. 'Cause I'm definitely going to be making fun of you.
Hey, look, man, the two that I'm playing have a stacked team, whoever wins. And if it's
Yeah.
Terry, I kind of want Terry to win because then he'll go from ninth to first in just a year.
That's good. So, but other than that, y'all have anything else to say on Christmas Eve to our
I
fans?
mean, just a Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry
All right.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right. Well, Merry Christmas from Tank here, Pat and Tim, and including Miles up there.
Say MBB
And
Miles.
don't forget, you can follow us on the good old X, aka FKA ARTA Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. No, make sure you push the bell to get the notifications when we pop up. Make sure you comment below, and also just share it out to anybody, including your ancestors that are in other countries. We know they want to see us. But other
Yeah,
than
let
that,
them know to listen while you're driving to your grandparents' house for for Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, wow.
I hope you
Oh,
don't wait that long to listen to this episode.
right. Hey Tim, did you get Spotify and Apple Podcast
Look, it
back up?
fluctuates. The actual episode we couldn't do it, but your top 10 on Friday we could get it. So, hey, if you're listening to this, just pop over and try and see if it'll work.
Right. Let's hope. But other than that, this is Tank. I'll see you all this upcoming week on another episode of Tank's Thoughts coming out Friday. Unfortunately, we will not be putting out an actual podcast recapping this week because of Christmas week upcoming. This is your all special gift from us at the Fresh Takes podcast to our local and loyal fans and family here. Other than that, I'll see you all later. Y'all have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is Tank signing off. Peace, y'all.
And since we aren't having an episode this week, I just want to say, Amari Cooper, have a day.
Hey.
Bye,
Good one.
everybody.